Giving Tuesday is December 1st this year. That is about 18 weeks out, and year end is typically probably the single biggest traffic moment your organization gets all year. So, my question for you is when all those people land on your donation page in November, in December, what are you inviting them into? If the answer is a one-time gift form with a small monthly checkbox under it, you are leaving real impact dollars on the table. A $25 gift in December is $25. A $25 monthly donor who joins in November, that is $300 plus next year without you asking again. So we're building this now. We are building and standing up your monthly giving program through 3 live calls, August 17th, 20th, and 27th, all at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. They will all be recorded. You will walk out with a named program, a fixed donation form, landing page copy, email series, a launch date, ready before any of your year-end asks go out. Now, how to get access for this. Every monthly Giving Builder user gets in for free. This is only for monthly Giving Builder users. It is included. So if you're not in yet, you can join. It's just $49.99 a month or $499 for the year. And enrollment closes on August 12th because there's a little bit of pre-work for you. So there's a link in the show notes to join. Build your monthly giving program in us with August. Get the asks ready in November. Are you ready to get started? I'm psyched about it. I hope you will join us and see us there. If you go to monthlyGivingBuilder.com, you can go ahead and sign up. We will automatically send you everything you need. Click the link in the show notes. We hope to see you there. Let's go ahead and get into today's episode. I've been to a lot of webinars. I've read the books. I know this matters, but yet still there's no program. This isn't a knowledge problem. What is actually going on? I want to share what I think the real answer is, because I think it changes how we approach this entirely. And the gap isn't information. The gap is the bridge between knowledge and doing. Hi, everyone. Happy summertime. I am recording this at the treehouse where we have been spending our summer while our house is going through a renovation. So if you hear any background noises, welcome to the mountains. I want to talk about something today that has really been sitting with me since I wrapped up 2 live webinars. One was in June, one was in July. The webinars were the same. They were called How to Walk into End of Year with Your Monthly Giving Program Finally Built. And the whole premise was simple. Like, it's summertime, right? End of year is always closer than it feels. And I wanted to instill this idea of let's not wait until October to panic. Let's build the foundation of monthly giving right now together live. And the format was very different than typical webinars that I've done before. I wasn't just presenting, but I was really walking people through the first 3 steps of my 5-step monthly giving framework. And if you were one of those people that were there, thank you for being there. And I was providing the exact same prompts that live inside my monthly giving builder tool, so that by the time we were done, they had the real prompts in their notes. So like they had the prompts answered. So that not inspiration, like not a to-do list, but actual inputs that would be ready to go into the tool. So examples of this are, what does your organization do? And what do you want a monthly donor to feel when they join? Or who is your monthly giving superfan, and describe them by beliefs and not demographics? Or finish this sentence: when you become a monthly donor, you become blank, fill in the blank. Now, these aren't warm-up questions to something. These are the actual inputs that help to generate a program name, landing page copy, your donor email series. I wanted people to feel like they had some work done, that they had worked through some things in their mind that didn't exist when they logged on. And a lot of them did. Like, the chat was incredible in both of them. People typed in things like $35 a month sends a girl to secondary school for a year. So we're working on their impact amounts. When you become a monthly donor, you become a sustainer who keeps the lights on for families in crisis. Like, real language here built live. But here's what I kept coming back to after both sessions. And it's a pattern that I've seen for years, that the data from these 2 webinars has made it really impossible to ignore. I asked everyone who registered one question before we went live, and that was, where are you in your monthly giving journey right now? Now, here's what they said. 35% had a program that wasn't growing. 29% had been thinking about building one, but had not started. 21%, so more than 1 in 5, had zero program starting from scratch. And 16% have started, made progress, but stalled. So more than half of the room at a webinar specifically about building a monthly giving program didn't have one. Then I asked another question after the webinars for those who do not move forward with joining the monthly giving builder of what got in the way. And it was interesting. 41% said price, 21% said timing, and like too slammed right now. Others said they needed board approval or they weren't sure it was the right fit. And then I asked them to elaborate. So here's what I kept reading in the elaborations. It was person after person saying basically the same version of, I've been to a lot of webinars. I've read the books. I know this matters. But yet still, there's no program. This isn't a knowledge problem. Y'all know, people know monthly giving is important. They've been told. Many of them have told others probably, right? The information has been absorbed. So what is actually going on? This is not a new question necessarily. I've been sitting with this for a while. And I want to share what I think the real answer is, because I think it changes how we approach this entirely. And the gap isn't information. The gap is the bridge between knowledge and doing, right? So most webinars, including the ones that I've run, I give people a framework. There's some inspiration. Maybe there's a template or two. We close our laptops. We go back to whatever else we were doing, the grant deadline, the board meeting, the event in September, whatever it is, right? And the monthly giving program just goes back on the list. And what I was trying to solve with these webinars was that exact moment, not just here's the framework, but literally open a notes doc right now, write your answer to this question, right? Not you should name your program something identity-based, but what would you name your program right now in this moment with me here? And get feedback in the chat, because the prompts that are inside the monthly giving builder aren't just questions, but they are specific inputs that literally generate the actual output, AKA the program name, the landing page copy, the email sequences. So doing the prompts inside the webinar meant that they were like a copy and paste away from building the program instead of just another notebook full of good intentions. That's the bridge, right? It's the bridge that most resources don't build upon right now. But I think there's something else going on too. There's something deeper that the data keeps pointing at. And it's this, if we are still, as a sector, hesitant to lead with a monthly ask, if we are hesitant to make recurring giving the front door, I want to talk about why, because I think the answer surprised me. And I want to pull back the curtain a little bit, because the way I've been doing this analysis is something that I think you're going to find really useful. I have to tell you this monthly giving case study with Heroes for Children. Last May, they had 15 monthly donors, under $1,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. And this May, fast forward, over $7,000 a month in recurring revenue. The average gift is $74 a month. Retention is above 94%, and recurring giving is now 25% of their total fundraising in 1 year. That's what's possible. They started with a VIP intensive last year. It's a day and a half where I'm not your consultant, but I am on your team. And it starts with a very comprehensive questionnaire. You fill it out before we ever meet. We go through it together, and then we build the actual plan for our VIP intensive day together. This is not just a strategy doc that sits in a drawer. This is a plan of what we're going to accomplish together, virtually or in person. And I have 2 spots open this fall, in September or October, just 2. So if you are interested in where I am a member of your team for a day and a half, go to positiveequation.com, click monthly giving, and you can apply. Also, the link is in the show notes, or just DM me on LinkedIn. Tell me you heard about this and we can chat. There's 2 spots. Go check it out. Again, positiveequation.com, and click on monthly giving and check out the VIP intensive section. Well, I have been doing deep analysis through Claude, so Anthropic's AI, and specifically using MCP connectors. And if you haven't heard of MCPs, they're basically integrations that Claude connects directly to your existing tools. So your CRM, your email platform, your donation software. So instead of exporting a report, uploading a file, then asking questions, you just ask the question. And the answer comes from your live data. I'm doing this through Claude AI with connected tools. And I have to tell you, the level of insight I'm getting from webinar data, registrant lists, it's a completely different way of working. And I'm not alone in this. It was interesting. Someone in my Sustainer Slack community, which is my free community for nonprofits looking just to have a community around monthly giving, posted recently about this, what they've built. They built a Claude project, so similar to what I'm doing, and they hooked it up to their Salesforce, Clavico, GoFundMe Pro, and their email list using custom MCP connectors. In their words, they literally said, we can pull any report, query, list, or insight from our whole donor management stack with a single spoken sentence. It's wild how much easier reporting and insights have gotten. A single spoken sentence to query their entire donor management stack. Like, this isn't a future thing. This is happening right now in nonprofits with very small teams because they decided to connect their tools. And I'm just sharing this because the analysis that I'm about to walk you through, looking back at over 1,000 webinar registrants, their program status, purchase behavior, their feedback, this used to take days, or honestly, I wouldn't even have known probably how to do it. And I've been able to do it in an afternoon. And it's led me directly to something that I have been trying to name for a while. So, okay, back to the question at hand. I've been trying to answer this through all the analysis. Why are we still hesitant to make the recurring first ask? Why, when we know that monthly giving builds sustainable revenue, when we know monthly donors give more at end of year, when we know retention is higher and that LTV, lifetime value, is longer, why is monthly giving still the side door instead of the front door for most organizations? Okay, the data points to three things. First is the approval bottleneck. In feedback from both webinars, a very meaningful percentage of people who didn't move forward or have been struggling said they needed to convince an ED or board first. Management is reluctant to find a new method. They still need convincing. This is telling me that for a lot of development fundraising professionals, monthly giving is not a personal hesitation. It's an organizational culture problem. They believe in it, but the institution, the organization, doesn't yet. Number two is the capacity trap. One-person teams, volunteers doing fundraising between their actual jobs, organizations that are in blackout periods before a big fall event, the people that need monthly giving the most, the small shops running on transactional kind of revenue, they're the ones with the least capacity to build something new, so they don't. And then January hits and we're back at zero again. And then third is the identity shift hasn't happened yet. This is the one I think that is true and least talked about. So in a previous episode, I talked about the Bloomerang Giving Signals report, and they surfaced this distinction between asking donors about what they did versus talking about who they are. But the same thing applies to organizations asking. There's a difference between an organization that does monthly giving and an organization where monthly giving is the foundation of how they operate. Does that make sense, right? The leaders who make the shift stop adding monthly giving to the list and they start building their entire comm strategy around it. That shift from doing to being is what actually closes the gap between knowing and building. And the organizations in my community who have made that shift, they have the same team, they have the same bandwidth, and they've seen significant growth. What changed was the structure and the identity behind it. So here's where I land after all of this, is that the reason I think we're not asking for monthly gifts isn't that we don't know that we should, that the nonprofit doesn't know they should. It's this bridge, again, between knowing and doing is longer than any webinar or book or framework can fully close unless the framework actually does the work for you. And that's why I created the Monthly Giving Builder. That's what it's designed to do. Not teach you a framework, but run you through it, generate the outputs, give you the document to walk into the board meeting with, give you the landing page copy, give you an email sequence that goes out next week. And again, the information here has never been the problem. Like the system is, the belief is. So let's get you a system. It exists. And start to believe that you can grow a strong, successful, recurring giving, supportive monthly community for your organization. I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Missions to Movements. If you enjoyed our conversation and found it helpful, I would love for you to take a moment to leave a review wherever you're listening. Your feedback helps us reach more change makers like you and continue bringing impactful stories and strategies to the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too, so you'll never miss an episode. And until next time, keep turning your mission into a movement.